did it go out of focus again? We're fixing this right now. Hey, it's Nick here from Greyscalegorilla and KitBash3D, and today I want to show you how to use Cargo 3.0 and Cinema 4D. We're going to quickly light and texture your 3D scene using Smart Send. So let's get smarter. Let's head on in to Cinema 4D. So here we are in Cargo 3.0, and you can see that we're directly connected to Cinema 4D 2026. And because we're all set to go, you can of course search for any model and texture and click this button right here. And this is gonna send any asset over to whatever you're connected to, in this case, Cinema 4D. And boom, there you go. But of course, you're used to that, right? Like that's sending. So what is Smart Send? Well, Smart Send is the ability to do more than just send the actual object. So let me give you an example. In this scene, we have our new SUV here, but we have no lighting. So let's go ahead and grab an HDRI. We can go to our HDRIs and you can search directly here. We also have some filters. You could filter by indoor and outdoor. Let's go for a classic called Creative Office. Well, you just type that right in, and really quickly you can see it does a search, and here it is. Beautiful, Creative Office, always a good one to start with. You can see I have it downloaded, and there's a couple options to use it. The first one is copy path. If you click this, it's gonna give you a string that you could paste in pretty much anywhere that is the direct line to that file on your hard drive. So that works in After Effects, it works in any 3D app, it works literally anywhere. The second one is you could drag and drop it. So you can see as soon as I click and drag, it is a file. And you can just drag this file anywhere that accepts files. But right next to that is Smart Send. What the heck does that do? So let's go ahead and click it and go back to Cinema 4D. Smart Send automatically builds a dome light in this case using the HDRI that you want to use. So rather than set up the dome light, bring in your HDRI, this does it all with one click. So now our Creative Office is in our scene and we're ready to see if it fits our scene. So let's rotate it around. I love that angle where it's off to the right. And I love this left angle where it's way over here. If you want to try a different HDRI, by the way, you could just delete that and click another HDRI and it's in your scene ready to go. It's that fast, and you could just rotate it around and maybe brighten it up a bit and see if it's a good fit. In this case, I like that light, but I don't like how blue it is. So let's go ahead and desaturate it and let's test it. Ooh, I like that angle. I always like checking the sides. That's a nice one. Okay, so this is looking good, but sometimes you need more than just an HDRI. So let's use Smart Send to send a softbox and an area light map over. Let's go back into Cargo, and I like to just type in ALM, and these are under your textures. If you use area light maps, you get more realistic reflections, more interesting reflections, and it just gives you a lot more options when it comes to beautiful lighting. So in this case, let's go ahead and grab this circle grid, and we already have it downloaded, so let's just click Smart Send. In this case, it is actually building an entire light rig. So you can see we have our softbox here, and Smart Send automatically set up the area light. It put the area light on the softbox. So if we move this around, we now have an area light that has that specific texture on it, and obviously the reflections and all of that work. And you get this area light rig controller that allows you to really easily move it around your scene. In this case, it's a little bit close to this SUV. So let's grab our area light map and just move it back. You can also just grab it right in the viewport and move it. And now when we rotate around, I want to dial in the left side of this light, and I have a lot more control by using an area light map and a softbox rather than an HDRI to fill this side in. So let's dial that in. You have all the controls you usually do. You can come in here and adjust exposure and the size of your area light, but you get this rig right away with one click using Smart Send. And if you want another light, let's say we want just a little top light to catch some of these other details, let's go ahead and grab a quasar. So this is all these nice little lights here. This works really well with reflective objects. In fact, we have a whole series of these that are built for reflection. These more abstract ones look so good on metals and anything with more reflection. So let's go ahead and grab this one, this quasar, and let's send it. And again, with Smart Send, it auto creates the entire rig. And this one's gonna go up above. So let's just rotate this up. Let's move it a little bit further away. Actually, that looks pretty good. We may have to dim it just a bit, but you can see we're adding just those little pops of highlight and color on the top. And we did this with essentially 3 lights. We have an HDRI, we have our nice little rim light, and we have our overhead light. Okay, let me show you Smart Send with Gobos. If you've ever tried to set one of these up, you know each renderer handles it just a little bit differently. It can get a little complicated to set up. And with Smart Send and Gobos in Cargo 3.0, it's just one click away. So let's just start really simply with these lines. So it's already downloaded. Let's click it, and instantly it makes an entire light rig just for Gobo. So it sets up the Gobo light. All we have to do is rotate this around, and we have our perfect little streak of light ready to go in our scene. This is a really popular look. We do need to brighten this up a bit, but look at that. All that nice little lighting and focused attention right where we want it. And because this is built directly with Redshift lights, you have all the controls you are used to. It just sets it up for you really quickly. And don't forget, this also works with Octane and Arnold, so it will swap in the correct light for the correct render. In this case, we need to focus this light spread in a little bit. So let's just focus that down and get even more of this shaft of light. And let's go ahead and make it a little bit brighter and warm it up a bit. So we can come down here and go to color and temperature and just pull a little bit of warmth in here to get that kind of sunlit look. But it's missing something. We need that blue kind of skylight as well. So let's go back to Cargo and let's grab an HDRI sky. So we could just type sky right here in our HDRI. And you see we have a ton of these. Let's try to pick one without sun, just where the sun is a little bit more covered up. And this is going to allow us to use the Gobo as our sun and then use this kind of more plain sky to fill in the gaps. And I think we use this one or maybe this one, and we could just move the sun around the back side. So let's go ahead and send the asset. I think because of the way this room is designed anyway, it's going to block the sun, which is exactly what we want. Let's turn it up. And now we're filling in all that detail with the nice blue sky and keeping this really bright shaft of light going through it. So I don't think you have to go too far here. Just a little bit more fill. And man, that looks pretty intriguing. So, okay, that's just a shaft of light. What if you want to try something a little different? Well, you have some options. If you like all the warmth and all the brightness and everything you have set up here, you don't need to just send a new Smart Send and create a new controller. Instead, what you could do is go into the Gobo light itself. And right here, you'll see that the texture is just a link to the file on your hard drive. Well, inside of Cargo, we can go set that up. So let's go back to our Gobos. In fact, we already have done that. Let's just click back. Right here, it's like a little browser. We've already had that search history, so we have our Gobos ready to go. And let's say we want to replace it with something like this blinds window look. Well, in this case, you could just click on copy path, come over here, select and paste in the new path. This will automatically bring in that new Gobo you want with the same brightness and the same temperature ready to go. And you could do this as many times as you want. Just keep trying it until it looks the way that you want it. In this case, I like this more angled look. Now I have to scale this back up a little bit and maybe pull the brightness back now that we have a larger Gobo. I love this like amber color that is kind of sneaking in. I want the light to hit at a different place. So in this case, we could just move the entire rig around to try to add maybe a little more shadow over here or something. But wow, with just a couple clicks, we have a really interesting light setup. We have our fill light with our sky, and it allows me to try and iterate really quickly using Smart Send. Okay, now let me show you how I use Smart Send with Surface Imperfections. So you can find these over here under your texture kits, and we have a ton of these, from really subtle ones I use all the time to frost and crazy scratches. So let's go ahead and click in scratches. Let's use one of these over in this scene in Redshift. So over here in Cinema 4D, we have this simple little scene, and we have this beautiful veneer from Greyscalegorilla. It's in the veneer selection. You can find it, and this looks beautiful, but sometimes you don't want that perfect clean look. You want to mess it up a little bit, make it look like it's been in a house and a dog has scratched the wood for 15 years, right? So how do you do that, and how do you make it easier using Smart Send? Well, back over in Cargo, you can of course scroll and browse. You could also search. Let's just go for one of these wacky, crazy, scratched up floors. I'm going to download it here. You can drag it in, you can copy path, or you can click send asset. If you have a material open in your node editor, then send asset will automatically bring it in and it comes in not just on its own, but with a ramp. And if you're like me, you always use a ramp to modify the original surface imperfection to make it exactly what you want. So rather than set this up every time, we just bring a ramp in for you. So now all you have to do is drag this into wherever you want. Now, if I had more time, I'd probably combine these two together and keep the original roughness. But in this case, just for a demo, I'm going to replace the original roughness with our surface imperfection. And if we zoom in here a little bit closer, you can see all this nice little detail and all the scratches show up. So first thing we need to do is not make this side all the way black because we don't want it really glossy, but we want to bring this in, and now we have all these little scratches. Well, that's not enough. I also want to add this to our bump. You could use these with displacement, of course. And in this case, I'm just gonna not use the original normal. Again, you could blend these together. We have longer form tutorials that show you how to do that. I'm just gonna drag it right into bump and use height field. And right here, you're gonna see all these scratches come in. Now, this is way too much, but this is where we have control. We can dial this down. We also want it to go negative. So all the scratches are actually coming out. We want this to be negative. So let's go ahead and slide this down. And you can see we might still need to go a little bit less. Negative 0.03. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we have all this nice little scratched up detail. We could zoom way in and see all this nice little detail. And really quickly, we could add these surface imperfections right into any scene we're working on, and it automatically comes in with the ramp. Now, if you want to try a different scratch map, you don't have to click Smart Send now that you have a ramp. Of course, you could use multiple if you want, but in this case, I already have it set up. So let's go back to Cargo, and let's go back and choose something else. So we can go with something from the crust imperfections. And this one looks crazy. Let's go ahead and download Crust 4. And once it's done, now we could just click Copy Path, come into our original texture here, and we could just go to Path and paste in the new one, and it'll automatically get filtered all the way through. And if we zoom in now, we don't get scratches, we get this crazy crust kind of look. So a lot of power here. Again, we have longer form tutorials to show you how to really dial all this stuff in, but I wanted to show you quickly how to use Smart Send to really speed all of this up for you. All right, that's just a quick little tour of Smart Send. We have some other videos coming soon to show you even more detail, how to set all this stuff up and really use all the power of Cargo 3.0 in your work. So let me know down in the comments what DCC you're using with Cargo, and we'll see you in another video really soon. Bye, everybody.